to the Healing Version podcast. I'm your host, Deborah. Here, we believe healing is a journey, not a destination. Every episode is an opportunity to confront what hurts, embrace what heals, and become the healthiest versions of ourselves mind, body, and spirit. This is your safe space for honest conversations about trauma, family dynamics, mental wellness, personal growth, self love, and transformation. So take a deep breath, open your heart, and get ready to heal, grow, and evolve. Thank you for being here. Now let's get into today's episode.
Hey y'all, what's up? And welcome back to another episode of the Healing Version podcast with me, your host, Deborah. It's been a minute, but I'm here. I'm ready to talk about some things, ready to fill y'all in on what's been going on with life. I can't go over everything because I'll be here forever. As you guys know, it's been a while since I've recorded a solo episode. But if you have been keeping up with the podcast, then you know that I have been releasing interview episodes. I have been interviewing some phenomenal people. But as you all know, this podcast was never meant to be an interview segment. When I started the Healing Version, it was always meant to be solo episodes with me having conversations, relatable conversations, being transparent and just, discussing different things that I've battled or that I'm currently going through just to be relatable to you all, the audience. And also to bring people on to have conversations with, like I've had my cousin Shay come on and we've had conversations. I am looking to do more of that. So if you are interested in coming on, you have a topic or something that is fitting for the Healing Version that fits in with my mission and the mission that we have for the podcast, please hit me up. And yeah, let's talk. You can hit me up at Deborah at thehealingversion.com and just send me a quick message and let me know you want to be a guest and we'll go from there. And it doesn't have to be an interview. A lot of people are like, I'm not good at interviewing. I don't want to answer questions and all of that. And that's perfectly fine. I like the conversational podcast as well. So that's something that we could do. I like that. So what's been going on with me? Like, oh my goodness. I don't even know like where to begin, how far to go back. Cause it's just been a while since I've recorded a solo episode. But so here lately, I don't think I've talked to you guys since I got my life insurance license, not on like a solo thing, but I am a licensed life insurance agent. I am studying for my investment license right now. So if I hit you up and I ask you to help me with my training, just know that you're helping me in that way. So that, as far as the kids, Latrell just graduated from high school. So that's the oldest three are out of high school and the twins are on their way to third grade. Yeah, they are going up so fast. They are eating up everything. It is summer break and the refrigerator knows it, but they are going boys. So if you are a parent of boys, you know boys, when they are growing, they are eating, and that is exactly what they're doing. They do have a new hobby that they are madly in love with, and that is fishing. So we have gone fishing a couple of times. It's really crazy because as a girl, I always wanted to go fishing and nobody ever took me fishing. So the first time I ever went fishing was with the twins, and that was probably about 3 weeks ago. And when I tell y'all, like, it did something for my inner child. It was like healing for my inner child to be able to be out there and have the fishing pole and to just enjoy that time, not only with them, but just like with myself and just knowing like that I'm actually finally getting to do something that I've always desired to do. But we don't know what we're doing, okay? Like we are learning as we go. There's like other people out there fishing and they're giving us like tips and um, they're catching fish and the twins are getting to see it and they want to bring all the animals home. So there's like turtles and frogs and tadpoles and just all type of life in this water. And they be going to the park with their sister and every time they go to the park with her, they always like catch a frog or a turtle or it's something. Y'all, they caught a bullfrog. And she like they catch it and they throw it back and they're just like, oh my God, they're always so upset when they come home and they're just like, yeah, we don't get to keep these animals. We capture them and we want to keep them and make them our pets. And I just think it's so hilarious because that they are me when I was younger. Like I love animals. So I was out there just fine. I want to adopt all the cats. I want the stray dogs. I want everything. And the twins are just like me. And it's just so funny and it's so cute at the same time. But yeah, so really, really enjoying that with them and being able to see them like catch things. But everybody, like, not everybody, their brother is like, hey, y'all are catching frogs and turtles. When y'all gonna catch some fish? So we haven't caught a fish yet. We were really close this past weekend, but we are going to keep at it. I'm just really happy that I found something that they really like. So my plan is to tap into that with them because who knows? Like, y'all know I want to farm and I want to grow my own food and I'm pescatarian. So to be able to have some boys, big strong boys that can go fishing too and get look, hey, I can see it now. I see it. I see it plain as day. But yeah, so that's kind of like what's been going on. Y'all, my schedule got really, really crazy. It got like really busy in a way that I don't want to say I didn't have the energy to record, but I didn't have the energy to record. Like my schedule and my sleep schedule and everything was just like really out of whack. But, we make sacrifices for our family. I've always been one of those people who make sacrifices. So this is definitely not a complaint. This is just me kind of like just bringing y'all up to speed, letting y'all know like why I have not been recording. But my schedule just got like really, really light. And this episode that I have for you all today is an episode that I have been sitting on since 2025. And it's just really been in my spirit. And just like lately, I just really been like putting a lot of things in perspective, organizing a lot of things, just, cleaning my laptop and just, in a space of kind of like, I don't know, nesting, if you will, spiritually, and just getting things in order because of where my life is headed. And I'm sitting here and I'm looking at my episode notes and I'm just like, oh my God, they're so well put together. And I did this like months ago, so I have been prepping, I have been preparing, I have a few episodes already like lined up. I'm going to keep my schedule the same for now, which is every other Thursday. I want to do some bonus episodes like here and there. I'm definitely going to do video bonus episodes, and those are going to be for like a special audience. So stay tuned for that. If you are not subscribed to the website, www.thehealingversion.com. Okay, www.thehealingversion.com. All right, so I just want to welcome y'all back. I'm here. I'm excited to get into this episode. I'm excited to hear the feedback from you guys. Now, and that's something else I want to say. And I know I've said it on past episodes, but I really, from the bottom of my heart, I really appreciate the feedback. When y'all give me feedback, y'all just don't know like how much that like helps me, whether it's some feedback to better me or it's feedback to like say, oh, you're already doing it, it's beautiful, thank you, that resonated with me, thank you for saying it, we always thinking it. I thank y'all for all the feedback and just keep it coming. You're helping me, okay? Help keep the mic on. All right, so today's episode is called Change Your Stinking Thinking. This episode is for anybody who's been battling their own mind, those thoughts that keep you stuck, small, scared, or spiraling. So we're going to get into it. So when you think about it, you think, what is stinking thinking? So stinking thinking is the mindset that works against you instead of for you. It's the internal voice that says, you ain't enough. Nothing good happens for you. You always mess things up. You're unlovable. This is just who I am. And listen, most of these thoughts aren't even ours. They're inherited, learned, passed down, conditioned. They were spoken over us before we even knew who we were. And it just makes me think about like childhood and the things that like a lot of us go through that we just don't speak about as an adult. Maybe that looks like being yelled at and now having a trauma to that, or having a reaction to being yelled at, or thinking that someone's going to yell at you. PTSD, in a way, having someone tell you you're not enough, or just simply not believing in you or speaking against you in a way that you start doubting yourself. And that can happen in adulthood too. I've been in a verbally abusive relationship, and I've been in a physical abusive relationship. And when I say like the verbal abuse hit way worse than the physical, and I don't know if that sounds crazy or if anybody else can relate to that, but I just feel like with the physical abuse, yes, it scars you and you may have a fear of that person, but those scars heal. Like you heal up, the black eye heal up, the busted lip heals up. But when it comes to verbal abuse, it just sticks around. Especially if you don't know how to deal with it. If you don't know how to talk to that thing or cast it down, or speak against it, and it's telling you nothing good is going to happen to you, and you speak back to it and say all good things happen to me. I have many blessings over my life. I'm protected. When you can speak back to it like that, you now have the power. And this is something that we have to learn to do, especially when it comes to our thoughts, because we can be our greatest enemy. A lot of times we be in our own way. We're blocked because of the words that we speak, the disbelief, the not believing in ourselves that we have. So, this is me encouraging you to believe in yourself, love yourself, even when you have thoughts that are not pleasant. Always just be able to push past that and speak highly over whatever it is. So, and that's my word. All right. So, stinking thinking usually starts in childhood, right? When you grow up in a dysfunctional family, or you grew up around instability, I should say, or an environment where love wasn't consistent, your mind becomes a survival tool, not a space of confidence, not in a space of feeling safe. So now you're in survival mode. It's okay. Am I going to get beat on today? Or am I going to be able to eat? What are we going to eat? Is there anything to eat? Where are we going to sleep tonight? Are we going to have a place to lay our heads? Or are we going to have to figure it out or sleep in a car? So those type of things can really put you in a survival mode. And if it's not healed or dealt with at a young age, you carry it into adulthood. So, it comes from things like parents who spoke fear instead of faith, lack of support, not feeling supported, not, trauma. We've gone over trauma, rejection, the not feeling like you belong. That's one that I deal with. I like to say it's something that I'm healing from. I think I paused that. Like I was just like, you know what? I let myself fall back into anger from feeling rejected. So I'm moving forward. I'm going to be intentional about that whole rejection piece and not feeling wanted and feeling abandoned, if you will. Okay, so moving along. So it can also come from like harsh criticism, are people who didn't know how to love you properly, and constant chaos. People who don't know how to love you properly. One thing that I like to say is that a lot of our parents and grandparents did not receive proper love, and therefore a lot of them did not know how to properly love, and it showed in like the upbringing and a lot of the things that we were taught, and a lot of things that were done to us, and a lot of the beliefs, and a lot of the people who didn't believe you when you said you were touched, or the people who didn't believe you when you said you were scared and just didn't protect you. And we're going to talk about I have a whole episode on protection. So we're gonna go into that. I might get a little riled up because When it comes to protection, I have the past couple of years have really taught me something in terms of protection. I'm not going to go into it in this episode because, like I said, I have a whole episode on protection. With these things, the lack of support, the trauma, rejection, harsh criticism, not feeling properly loved, your mind learned to expect the worst, even when the worst was no longer happening, even when it wasn't invisible anymore. You grew up, things that were happening to you as a younger child was no longer happening, but it stuck with you. So, next, what I like to talk about is just how it shows up today, like how it shows up in your teenage years or adulthood. You might think you're just being emotional. You may feel that you're just being sensitive, but it's really a mindset. You've been programmed and conditioned based on your experiences and going through your childhood trauma. It shows up in your overthinking, you're shutting down. Ooh, baby, I'll shut down in a heartbeat. Settling for less, people pleasing, fear of success, fear of love, feeling like you're always waiting for something bad to happen. Staying in relationships a job beneath your worth. Ooh, child. Let me tell you, the first one that stopped me in my tracks is the shutting down, of course. And I think I've talked about this in previous episodes where I'll shut down. Like if I feel like you're not listening to me, that's a sure way for me to shut down. Or don't feel that you really care. Like you talking, but you really don't care. I'm gonna shut down. The next one that really stood out to me, like all of them stand out because I've done all of these. But the fear of success, like think of that. Think about that. Put that in perspective. How are you fearful of being successful? I'm telling you, that is from somebody planting a seed in you, telling you that you can't be an entrepreneur, that you'll never make it on your own. Like you can't do all these things. You're not gonna graduate from high school. All of those things will put in that fear of success. Like just thinking about that, it just kind of make me sad because I'm like, how are you fearful of being successful? But that is a real thing and it is a mindset. And then the next one that really stood out to me was the staying in a relationship, a job beneath your worth. Now, one thing I will say is when it comes to the relationship thing, I don't play around. I don't play no games. Yeah. Cutoff game is still immaculate. I think it may be worse than the last time we talked about it. I just don't have the energy or I don't have the mind for it. Like I cannot do lackluster, lame, no conversation. I cannot do it. The moment you start showing me any of that, those red flags show up, baby, I am out of there. We not even gonna make it to relationship status. And y'all, I have to give myself so many props and credit for that because it was a point in my life where a man would show me who he is and show me that he ain't shit. And I would still stick around. I would just let him stick around because of some type of benefit, whether he was paying a bill or doing something beneficial. Or maybe, could have just been the bedroom or whatever. I couldn't let go. And I know that was part of that abandonment that I had. And listen, I say had because I don't let that allow me to stay in places that don't deserve my worth. Okay. And then the jobs. Jobs. Yeah. On this day that I'm recording this episode, it is June of 2026. And I am still working a 9 to 5 at this time. But when I say by the end of this year, by December 2026, I will not be working for nobody. And we're going to leave it at that. So, yes, very relatable. Stan, both of them I can relate to. Stinking thinking tells you your present is your past repeating. Even when God is trying to move you into something new. So you're just staying in those cycles, y'all. Oh my goodness. I had this one cycle that just kept trying to repeat itself. Just kept like the same wolf in different clothing. Okay. Same person in a different body, same mindset, same breadcrumbing, same everything. And I was like, is this, oh my God, have I not passed this test? And baby, once I finally passed it, so much peace, so much. Yeah, I don't get me wrong when I say this. Like, I desire marriage. I want to wake up to the same person for the rest of my life. However, I'm not compromising my peace for a soul. So, like right now, I'm not entertaining anybody, I'm not dating. I'm just really on a journey of like getting to know me better, becoming a better person, becoming a better parent, becoming a better entrepreneurship, working on my book, focus on some things. So I'm not going to say I don't have time today, but I don't have time. So if I give you an inkling of my time, you better be worth it. So where I go off on a tangent, but what I was going to say is, so I mean, I desire marriage, but I don't have a desire to stay in a situation that's not beneficial to me. And I think that's a lot of what we have to pick from. And that cycle that I was in, that repeated cycle, I haven't had any more of those. So yeah, moving right along. I done said that, and now I'm gonna get the test again. I don't care. I'm gonna pass it because anyway. Okay, so what is the cost of not changing your mindset? So what does it cost you? You that's listening, you that's right there driving in the car, you that's at work listening, you that is listening. The cost of not changing your mind when you stay in the stinking thinking. So when you don't address it, you block blessings. Whew, who wants to block blessings? You sabotage opportunities. You attract what you fear. You stay in cycles that look like your childhood. Well, I'll be damned. I just got finished talking about cycles. Just got finished talking about cycles, right? You keep choosing the familiar even when it hurts, and you shrink in rooms you're meant to grow in. My God. Yeah, this resonates. If it don't resonate with nobody else, I'm talking to myself. Because when I tell you that I know for a fact that I've been in my own way, I've been in my own way with my stinking thinking, with thinking that like this is not it. This is not what I'm called to do. This is not what God has for me. After I've prayed and I ask God for specific things, and then it's delivered to me, and either I have blinders on and I don't even remember I prayed for it. I'm just like, what's this? Or I'm just not appreciative of what I prayed for and looking at it and being and seeing it for what it is. So with that being said, I have been very intentional about like stepping back and looking at life and the things that are surrounding me and what's happening and the blessings that I'm receiving, so that I'm intentional and I'm thankful and that I change my mindset about these things so that I'm not sabotaging opportunities when they come my way. I'm not attracting the things that I fear. I'm not staying in those cycles that look like a childhood, where I had a father figure or someone that I thought was my father. This episode is brought to you by our sponsors, Psychic Source. And listen, if you've been looking for deeper guidance on your purpose, relationships, or healing, this might be exactly what you need. I had a session with one of the advisors, and the insight I received, y'all, was soul level confirmation. They truly saw me. And also, y'all, Psychic Source has been around for over 35 years. That's almost my age. You can connect through phone, video, or text. And right now, you can get 40 minutes for only $19.80. That is a $240 value. Click the link in the show notes or simply go to trypsychicsource.com HVP. Again, that's trypsychicsource.com/H for healing, V for version, P for podcast. Thank you. Abandoned me on many of occasions, and then I become a grown woman and I pick those same type of men who abandon me in relationships. Yeah. So that's why you have to address the stinking thinking. That's why I'm addressing my stinking thinking. Because being sitting on this episode for all these months, this was supposed to been came out. However, I do believe that things happen in the timing that it's supposed to. So divine timing. I'm recording it now, and this is when it's supposed to be recorded. So other things that may cause you is you keep choosing the familiar even when it hurts. So even though that man has cheated on you time and time and time again, you're scared to step out on faith and heal. Heal, ladies, heal, gentlemen, before you get another relationship. Go heal so that you can get what you really deserve, but you stay there and you continue to go into this cycle because it's familiar. I've told people before, they'll be like, I'll never go back and, deal with somebody that I've dealt with in the past. And I feel them now and I completely understand where a person's coming from when they say that because that's how I feel now. However, it was a point in my life where I would be like, oh man, I'd rather deal with somebody I've already dealt with before because there's so many crazy people in the world. At least I know what I'm getting when I'm dealing with them. That's some dumb age. Okay? I'm trying to stop cursing, y'all. That is so crazy. What? And you keep choosing the familiar when it hurts because if it's just the fear of something new, the fear of being uncomfortable in something new. Because if you know any better, you've gotten into anything new, it is uncomfortable. It's not a good feeling. Think about going to a new school or starting a new job or moving to a new city. It's uncomfortable because you don't know what to expect. You don't know what's going to happen. It's not familiar to you. So unless you change your mindset and you be positive and you stand on business about something good happening, you stand on that. I know something's good. You manifest these things. Y'all, manifestation is real. Okay. If you have not heard the episode with Lutha J, go back and listen to it. Came out last week, earlier this week, actually Sunday. So go listen to that episode because she talks about manifestation in her book that's coming out. But yes, go listen to it. And then another thing is you shrink in rooms that you meant to grow in. Have you ever been in an environment like I was talking about earlier, praying for something, God giving it to you? I pray for an environment where I'm sitting around people who are making their own money, who are building their own businesses. Because whether y'all know it or not, whether you believe it, you'll never become rich working for somebody else, building up another man's business, another woman's business. You'll never become rich that way. So entrepreneurship is the ultimate goal. So I prayed to be around the very people that I have access to 7 days a week. I prayed about a sister circle, a circle of women who don't hate on each other, who lift each other up, who have a sisterhood, pray together, kick it together, make money together. I pray for that. And when I tell you God delivered, I'm in chills. God delivered. And I'm so grateful for the environment. But I started shrinking in that environment. I started shrinking. And that's not even like me. That's not even my personality to shrink in an environment like that. Not an environment like that. I'm sitting around millionaires. I'm sitting around single moms that's making almost 50,000, nurses who left their nursing job that's making over $28,000 a month. I pray for this and I'm here and I'm thankful and I'm not taking this opportunity for granted. So I just have to say that because it's one of, so I got a frog in my throat. So in this episode, I will be sharing with you all um, testimonies, like I've been doing so far, because I didn't want to cram too much into the beginning about, like, what's been going on with me. Because trust me, y'all, as long as it's been for a solo episode, I got a lot that I can tell y'all. But I'll put it in here and there, okay, just to keep y'all, in the loop, if you will. So now I want to talk about awareness, okay, because with the stinking thinking and your limiting belief system, you are blocking so many things. So as you guys know, I always have a solution to whatever issue that I discuss in my episodes. So the first step to the solution and getting a better mindset and working every single day, it's an everyday thing. Your mind is a muscle. You got to train your mind to think positive. So every day you are doing things to make sure that you have a clear, positive mind moving forward. So step one to doing these things is awareness. You have to be aware. You start by catching the thoughts, okay? You have to literally pause and say, who told me this? Is this truth or is this trauma? And is this coming for who I am or who hurt me? Okay? Awareness is the first step to freedom. It's the first step to freeing your mind of that negative stinking thinking. So you have to become aware. Remember, like I said earlier, you have to talk back to that thing. If it's saying you're not enough, you tell it, I am enough. I am more than enough. I'm more than a conqueror. Okay? I have so because the Lord said so. Okay? Tell that thing. All right. And then with step two, you have to challenge the lies. Okay? Your thoughts do not get to run the show with you. Okay, you have to cast some things down. That negative thinking, you have to cast it down. It's not the showrunner. You are the character and the author. I meant to say the author. You are the author of your life and what happens with you. So you have to challenge your thoughts, right? The thought that comes to your mind, it could be, I'm not good enough. And the truth is, I'm growing into who I'm becoming and who I'm supposed to be. Or you can have a thought, I don't deserve love. Your truth is, I am learning healthy love and it's safe to receive it. That's a good one. Because I'm going to pause right here. I just want to say this. I was just telling somebody, like, I don't know how to receive. It wasn't necessarily love. It was just receiving, period. Whether it's material, whether it's compliments, like, and I had to sit with myself for a couple of days. This was probably about a month or so ago. And I had to really sit with myself and think about, why do I feel like I don't deserve to receive? Or why am I afraid to receive? And it really stemmed from being the person who, like, always have to hear about what somebody did for me. Because I'm one of those people, I do things out of love and kindness and because I mess with you and I care about you. And you know what I'm saying? Like, I do it because I love you and it's something that I truly want to do. If I don't deal with you, I don't like you, I won't do these things. You don't have to worry about it. You won't get any of my energy. So I this is one, and I stopped here because this is the one that I really still am struggling with, but I'm working through it. I'm healing from it. I'm getting better with it. I'm getting better with receiving. I will be better with receiving. Okay? Cause I gotta be able to open my hand and receive all these blessings that's coming down. And a lot of times blessings come through people. And that has been an issue for me, receiving from people. So I have been doing better. I've been intentional about it. Like, somebody will offer me something like, oh, like, you did so and so for me. Let me buy you lunch. And I'm like, you don't owe me lunch. I did it because I wanted to help. And I'm like, no. And one day I was having this exact conversation And it's like God came and was like, receive your blessing. Receive a blessing. It's a blessing. Why are you blocking a blessing? So, yeah. And so, moving right along. So, another thought that you may have, or you could have, or could come up about is everything goes wrong for me. Like nothing works out for me. How many times have you said something always going on, something always happening, something always wrong? Like we have to change what we're saying. If you are speaking that over, then something always gonna go wrong. Like everything is energy, whether we want to admit it or not. Want to be like whatever. I'm not gonna get into that religion and all of that. Everything is energy. And I mean, the Bible even says it. Your Bible says it. You have what you say. So if you are saying negative things and you're speaking negative thoughts over your life, that's why it's happening that way. So instead of having that thought, everything goes wrong for me, speak truth over it. I'm shifting into a season where things are aligning for me. And sometimes you may need to write these things out. You may need to write them out as like an affirmation, or if you don't have a journal, get you a journal, please and thank you. As y'all know, I have several different journals. And I'm about to not have a whole bunch of journals because I have a journal that I was writing in and I cannot find it for the life of me. And I wrote really good stuff in there, especially when I stopped doing my solo episodes. I was still, journaling and writing down different things that came to me spiritually and all of that. I cannot find the book that I was writing in. So that's neither here nor there. But journal, write your thoughts down, speak life out loud. Your mind is listening. So speak those things out loud and stand on it. Stand on business about who you are, where you are going, the blessings that you're going to receive, and stop standing in your own way and blocking your own blessings. All right. So step 3 is rewire. You rewire your mind with repetition. So remember earlier I talked about the brain being a muscle and you're training it. And every day you have to speak these things and then eventually it'll just be of you. So, the ways you can do this is daily affirmations. You can create gratitude items. So, make a list of things that you're grateful for. Journaling your triggers. Therapy. I have therapy in the morning. I go see my therapist. I get to sit there and talk to her and express my feelings and things and all of that good stuff for an hour. She may get 5 minutes in. So, we're going to say 55 minutes. But it's a space where you can go and talk to a licensed professional who will give you some insight, who will be able to listen, and they don't have no bias. I don't know, it's better than talking to somebody who could go and run and tell your business to everybody else. You can also do inner child work and you can listen to positive content every day. I have many episodes, you guys. I have over 50 episodes. And 100% of my episodes are positive. So you can do that. You can listen to frequencies. I don't even know if you guys can hear in the background, but I have a frequency plan and it's an energy frequency and it drowns out negative energy in from the body and from the home. Again, we are energy. Okay. We're living beings, we're energy. So having the vibrations play or listening to a motivational speaker or a pastor or evangelist or something positive to pour into yourself. Okay. But make sure that it is actually something positive and not some underlining pulpit person who is underliningly speaking negative over your life. So be mindful of what you know, take on as positive. So your mindset will shift when your input shifts. Okay. I'm going to say that again. Your mindset will shift when your input shifts. So when you stop putting bad stuff in it and you put positive things in it, and it's me talking to myself because I like a little drama sometimes. Like I be want to watch like a reality show or, something where it's some neck popping, or not all the time that's more so a movie. I don't really watch a lot of them reality shows like that. What I've really been watching is true crime. But that's neither here nor there. My point is, find something good to put in you. You know what I'm saying? Find something good. And I've been intentional about that. I actually want to start reading, like reading a book a month, like having a goal. I started on the first. I'm done before the last day of the month. Maybe I could start a book club, the Healing Version Book Club. If you would be part of the Healing Version Book Club, let me know. If you don't know me personally, email me, Deborah at thehealingversion.com, DEBORAH at thehealingversion.com. Email me because I think that would be pretty dope. Because I've been looking at some books that are positive and that are good for the mindset. And if I had like a book club and we could like do Zooms where we like maybe meet once a month and we, maybe the end of the month after everybody's done reading the book and we could talk about it and, maybe have like a worksheet of questions and we go down the questions and, just thought provoking conversation. I love that. Oh my God. I think I just came up with something else to do for the Healing Version. If you'll be part of it, let me know. If not, I'll just solo read my books, but I think that a book club would be lit. So, step 4, environment check. And this is really big, guys. Your circle feeds your mindset. So, have you ever heard the saying that if you hang around 9 broke people, you'll become the 10th one? If you hang around 9 millionaires, you'll become the 10th one. So when you think of environment, that's the people and the company that you keep around you, the people that you allow to influence you. Your environment shapes your self-belief. Like the saying birds of a feather is really a thing. Now, I will say this because I have been in circles with people and I've seen a lot of their ways. Their ways were not generally things that I would do. Like the things that they did, the things that they believe, the ways that they move. And going into it, I'm like side eye, like, what the hell? What are you doing? Like, what? And by the time I've hung around them for months, now I'm picking up traits of the things that they were doing. The same shit I said I wouldn't do. Now I'm doing it, and then I'm looking back and I'm like, ew, like why would I allow myself to do those things? That's not of me. Perfect example. Your environment shapes you. The people that you're around, the company that you keep. Like, have you ever been around people who smoke? Like maybe smoke cigarettes. This is another testimony of mine. This is a like little short story. So I was in college and a lot of the ladies that I hung around, they were cigarette smokers. So I was like, I ain't smoking no cigarettes. What I look like smoking cigarettes, like I'm not doing that. So instead of smoking cigarettes, I started smoking Black and Milds. But the way I dressed it up was, it take me a whole day to smoke a Black and Mild. Y'all smoke half a pack of cigarettes a day. And so that was my thing, right? And so I would, I'm smoking my blacks. And if you know anything about Black and Milds, they have like that extra thick paper in it that makes it burn weird. And so it's called freaking it, where you like break it down and you take that thick paper out and you stuff the tobacco back in there. So I used to do that. So I'm like, yeah, I'm getting less tobacco. I can smoke this whole thing. Like, it'll take me a day and a half. Whereas you smoking all them cigarettes, whole time the black is like 8-10 cigarettes by itself. But I convinced myself that was okay. Mind you, I wasn't smoking before I started going to the school. So boom, I'm tired of breaking these blacks down, pulling the paper out. So guess what I did, y'all? Take a wild guess. I started smoking cigarettes. And I didn't even have like a good reason to be smoking cigarettes. Like, what do cigarettes do besides make you, if you smoke cigarettes and I'm offending you, good. Make you stink, brown in your teeth, and damn it, clouding up your tongue where your food don't even taste the same. So I convinced myself that being around them and seeing them and doing, I can, I can just smoke my blacks and I won't never smoke a cigarette and end up smoking cigarettes. So this is another example of like being influenced by your environment. So you get to choose who you are being around. You get to choose how they affect you, whatever, right? So choose wisely of the company you keep and who you allow in your space. So some things you have to ask yourself. Who around me benefits me from staying stuck? So who are the people who make you feel like you are stuck? Like you're stuck you're stuck in your head, you're stuck at a job, you have a person that you call and you call them complaining and then they start complaining too. Or you call in complaining and they agree with everything. You need people on your team that's going to make you stand up and pick your head up and change your mind and change your thoughts and quit your stinking thinking and stop speaking negativity over your life and stop saying things like when you're laughing, you're saying that you are DYING. Stop saying that. Stop saying stuff that you like. Y'all be thinking the stuff is harmless, but it's really not. You're actually speaking these things. So you need to be around people who are going to hold you accountable for what you speak and how you act and all of those things. Somebody keep you on track. Okay. So another thing to ask yourself is who around me speaks life? Who are the people who speak life into me, who tell me that I'm going to be somebody? I am loved. I am more than a conqueror. I can have anything that I set my mind on. I'm blessed. I'm a wife. I'm a millionaire. Like, who speaks those things into you? Who tells you you're beautiful? You're more than a conqueror. You can have any and everything you set your mind on. You are unstoppable. I'm proud of you. Who's speaking those things into your life? Those are the people you keep around. Then you have to think about who around me drains me mentally. Who drains me mentally? Man, yeah, that mental drain is something else. Working a 9 to 5, like, yeah, I've been on such a upward movement of life and things that's happening and where I'm going that my 9 to 5 has been draining me mentally. It's not a person, but it's something that I have to snip. But I don't deal with the people who drain me mentally. Like, I don't keep people around that's a mental drain. Once I know that you're a mental drain or that you are mentally draining me, you have to go. You have to go. You have no space in my life. I don't have any energy for you. I can't allow you in my space around me if you're mentally draining. So set boundaries with those people. Cut them off. Hey, we cut off family, we cut off friends, co-workers, whoever. If you are a mental drain and you don't mean me any good, or you're not a person who's speaking life into me, you gotta go. Because you can't heal in the same environment that hurt you, that hurt your mindset, that gave you PTSD, that traumatized you, that abused you, that told you you were nothing, that told you amount to nothing, that told you that no man is ever going to want you because you have 3 children. You cannot grow in those environments. You have to set yourself and be around positive people and positive environments. And I just thank God that He placed me in an environment and around people that like truly speak life into me and that wants to see me win. So, in closing, what I want you all to do, I want you to replace the lies that you're telling yourself, the lies that you've been told, the ones that are stuck in your brain. Replace them. Replace them with truth. Always speak against them. Reaffirm the truth. You gotta be bossy when it comes to the truth. When you're speaking to yourself, you going against yourself. It's you against your mind. We be our worst enemy. So speak against it. Affirm yourself. Rewire the mind. So remember, repetition, creating those affirmations, that gratitude list, writing down the things that trigger you, doing that inner child work, going back, reflecting, that shadow work. I'm going to do an episode on shadow work too, because I think a lot of people don't understand what shadow work is. They look at it as a dark or demonic thing, and it truly isn't. I'm not going to go into it on this episode, but shadow work is so important, y'all. So I'm going to break shadow work down and give y'all a perspective. But I do recommend that you all go back and listen to the episode with Lutha J that came out on June 14th. She really gave a phenomenal perspective of what shadow work is. And she also has a shadow work journal. So make sure y'all check that episode out so y'all can listen and hear what she had to say. But I'm going to leave y'all with this. You deserve a mindset that matches the future you're stepping into. Like, you got big things popping. Act like it, Act like it. You deserve that. You don't deserve the past you survived. You don't deserve to sit in that trauma, whatever happened to you, whether it was in your childhood or your adulthood. You do not deserve to sit there. So quit your stinking thinking and get it together. But thank you all so much for tuning in to the Healing Version. If this episode blessed you, share it with someone who needs a mindset reset. Follow, subscribe, and stay connected with the Healing Version. Your healing matters, and your mind is part of that journey. Remember to follow us on all social media platforms: Instagram, Facebook, TikTok. You can also subscribe to the website at thehealingversion.com. Subscribe to the website, thehealingversion.com. It is your one-stop shop. So when you go on there, you can go ahead and subscribe to like the Apple Podcasts and YouTube and all of those things. You can read some of the reviews. I do have some more things coming down the pipe for the website. Stay tuned. I am in motion of writing my book, so stay tuned for that too. I have something else that's coming out. I ain't gonna tell y'all just yet, but stay tuned. I'm back. I'm here. If you have any episodes that you like to come on and talk to me about, or you got something you want me to talk about solo, send it to me. I'll be more than happy to go ahead and dive into whatever subject that you may have. But thank you all so much for listening. I appreciate y'all. I love y'all. And thanks for coming back. Peace.